It's a last-minute hustle, but we managed to pull a show together for you tonight. All right. If it is Tuesday, you know, that means only one thing. It means that you and I are going to spend a little bit of time together talking about the craft and business of making comics. And you know what? This is like the thing I look forward to most. Putting this show together is not fun. Making graphics is not fun. Dealing with this guy is not fun.
Never is.
Once we're on, it is right, Mike. All the lead up, the pre-work sucks, but once you're on stage, nothing beats it.
Then it's just me and you, bud, doing our thing.
Well, me, you, and our audience member.
Well, yeah, of course. Or yes, the one that comes back every week.
Every week. I got some new ear thingies. Do you like them?
I think they're pretty neat. I don't have any ear thingies except I got hair in my ears.
You have hair. That's what buffers the sound for you. Yeah. You can go to a Metallica concert and the hair just comes in and protects you. So, Mike, we have a couple things to cover tonight. We're going to be talking about New York Comic Con, which is coming up fast. And we've got a convention strategy for creators, tips and tricks for a productive con. But first, we have some news. So we're going to open with the news. Let's present the news today.
I
will. No, I didn't have time for it, actually. It just
put in that thing.
All right, hold on. You ready? Do the news. All right, there you go. Thank you. I, as you can see, just pledged $18 to a campaign called Evermind with Comic Book School ongoing friend, ongoing educator, guy never asks for anything. That is Sean Chen. Sean Chen. Hence, we should go out of our way to support Sean Chen and the Evermind campaign. Sean is taking a big risk out there. It's the first time he's, stepping out of the Marvel, DC, and, publisher thing and actually creating himself his own creator-owned comic book with Daniel Wu. I am excited for this. I just pledged it myself. And for all of you who have seen Sean Chen year after year donate his time to free education and even came on this show, this is your time to pay him back and say thank you so much, Sean Chen, for supporting Comic Book School. Mike, what do you think of that?
Do you have the link in the thing?
No, that's actually a good question. What I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the link and I'm going to put it directly in the live chat comments. Here we go. I'm going to put it right here in the comments. I'm going to put it in there. I'll tweet it out later as well, but I do want to remind everybody, Sean Chen has been coming to Comic Book School educational panels now almost since the very, very beginning. Never says no to us, always spends time with the students, fellow pros. He is a giver, and I will tell you that this is our opportunity to give something back.
I will give something back. You should put the link in the description below on the YouTube.
How do I do? No, wait. I just put it in the comments, didn't I? You can see it right there in the comments.
I can't see it in the comments, but you should put it in the YouTube thing.
I'll put it in the YouTube thing. Link I'll put it in the show notes. Yeah, I'll end up putting it in the show notes because it does look really good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
And Sean Chen, nice guy.
Sean Chen. I'm glad I'm not running a campaign opposite Sean Chen.
Yeah. You could use my artwork. That would be
Right.
comparable.
Like I would hate to be the person running a campaign and like Sean Chen's campaign just came up. I'd be like, I'll hold on mine.
Long time.
I'd be like, you done? So Mike, we were supposed to have a guest. We're very sorry that guest was unable to join us. So what Mike and I did is scramble together a complete list of 10 things you need to do to get ready for New York Comic Con, which is at this point, a little less than 3 weeks.
3 weeks. That'll go by quick.
That will go by quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this. Mike, I want you to jump in with your comments. And for all of you who are watching, if you have things to add, commentary on our recommendations, I want you to jump in and make your comments. So, Mike, let's just get started. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my PowerPoint, which I am so famous for.
Lovely.
Does it look good?
Look at the colors.
Yeah. You'd hardly know that I wasn't a graphic designer.
Never be able to guess.
Hardly. Actually, the real graphic designers designed this, but I've just butchered it up myself. So why do we plan for big conventions, Mike?
Why do we? Because they are expensive, relevant, and they're annual.
That's right. That means they only come around once a year. They're really important for you as a creator. That's what makes them relevant. And heck, even if you live in New York or New Jersey and commute in, they're still expensive.
How much are the conventions these days?
Tickets, well over 100.
Really?
Tables, if you do table, you're in for several hundred. You go to the convention floor, you're going to spend like, $10 for a slice of pizza. You're at $6 or so for a Gatorade or a bottle of water. You go outside to the food trucks. No matter where you go, food is expensive, parking's expensive, passes are expensive, but you have to do this.
Yes,
this is what you do. And if you wait it out this year, you have to wait a whole other year. That's it. There's not an in between. There's not a spring season and a fall season. It's October. That's it. Full stop. So if you're planning to go, or you're just planning to try and get a day ticket and buy it off the sidewalk, you still have to be prepared. Yeah, there's people that will sell tickets. There's cops there that will arrest them. But if if you could just buy a ticket or you could buy it off of somebody, I have no idea. I get a pro pass, so I really don't know. So, but that's my little, humble brag there, Mike.
You get
making sure to level up that that I get a free badge.
Yeah. You know who else I bet gets a free badge?
Glenn Gatilla.
Sean Chen.
Glenn Gatilla. Holy hell, they ain't cheap. Actually, Mike, can you do it like Foghorn Leghorn? Because I know Glenn Gatilla doesn't sound like Foghorn Leghorn, but
I can try. I don't think it'll sound out good. Holy hell, they ain't cheap. The old damn convention, your soul plus the one of a promising child.
That's not bad.
That was terrible. I didn't have time to practice. You caught me off guard.
All right, I'll do it then. I say, holy hell, they ain't cheap. The whole damn convention, your soul's plus one of the promising child. That was my Foghorn Leghorn. I haven't listened to Foghorn Leghorn since I was a kid, but I did always love that cartoon.
I say. Yeah, he was.
I say, boy, listen up. All right, Mike. So we've stated the obvious. They're expensive, relevant, and annual. So this is top 10 tips for big shows. In this case, we're talking about New York Comic Con. But I had whipped these together, but they are as relevant for this con as they are to any other con. So as I show them on the screen, Mike, you read them off, and then we'll talk about them. How's that?
Okay, go. Get the app and plan your show. Oh, there's an app?
There are apps.
Oh,
there is
an app. The future.
And There is an app, and it is really good. Just fair warning, if you do get the app, do not keep on the GPS, because what they're going to try to do is locate you in the hall, and what that's basically going to do is just melt your battery. I literally tried it one year, and I felt my phone getting hot, like hot. I had to power it down and turn off the GPS function. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to ping you so that they know what table you're at. And they give you updates, but really the entire schedule is here, all the guests, all the information, and it's a very useful tool, particularly since I know that our panel descriptions made it into the show printed guide, but we didn't have the list of the creators. So if you look for comic book school education, you're not going to find it in there. You have to use the app, and it has a search function.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So that's your first tip. Get ready, Mike, for the second tip.
Pack your snack or meal kit.
That's right.
Healthy snacks, protein, sandwiches, caffeine, water. It is expensive.
That's right. Water is hugely important. I do believe that there are a couple of water filling stations where if you bring your refillable plastic water bottle, they will, they let you refill it. Now, I know last year it was upstairs where the cosplay area was near the big windows. There was a water filling station, and it was amazingly helpful. No matter how much water you bring, you will go through it. Don't eat junk food. If you're going and you're packing like Cheetos and M&Ms, halfway through the day, you're going to be like, oh. Or you're going to get a sandwich, which, listen, the food trucks outside are very, very good. They're expensive, and there's a big line. You're going to waste a lot of time getting food, paying for it, and really, you're not there to eat. Let's face it.
Now, do they look at your pack before you come in? So if they see food, they're like, you can't bring food in here?
Not only they check your pack, your package as well. Right up front, there's a cough test. There's a thumb test. They check every crevice, Mike. But they're really checking for weapons. You can bring in water, sandwich, proteins. Like I wouldn't bring in like fresh salmon or anything for
like
protein.
A side of beef?
Uncooked. It's hot in here. Let's see if we can cook this beef. I'll say, boy. And Foghorn Leghorn, what was he supposed to be? A rooster?
He was a rooster. Yeah.
He was a rooster.
Yeah.
Why do you have that Texas accent? Was that supposed to be Texas or Louisiana?
Texas rooster, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know. I lived my life in fear, Mike, growing up, that an anvil would hit me in the head.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why you wore the football or the hockey helmet.
Well, to show that one, the motorcycle helmet. You know what, Mike? Growing up, right? We're Gen X. Growing up, we had two fears. One fear was either a piano or an anvil would fall on our head, walk down the sidewalk, or and tell me I'm not right. You had an unnatural and irrational fear of quicksand.
Yes, always waiting to fall in. Yes, I had woods behind my house, and anytime it was like a little puddle or something, I'm like, this is quicksand. I'm going down.
Quicksand. It's totally quicksand. And everybody knew how to get out of quicksand, right? You had to get a branch or something, but don't struggle too hard because you go down faster. Like who even knew that?
I guess somebody who found that branch and pulled themselves out.
Gen X has an irrational fear of anvils, pianos, and quicksand. Okay, and somebody, roosters. Headbanger Theory says Foghorn did not have a Texas accent. What accent is it?
Southern? Maybe just a real Southern accent.
I don't know, but we're from I was from New Jersey. You're from New York. Like any Southern accent is anything below the Mason-Dixon line. We're like, I don't know.
Anything below New Jersey was an accent.
Anything past Trenton. All right. What is this? The South is a Saudi Arabia of chickens or farm cliches. I'm not sure if that's even like a good thing to say. I'm not sure if that's like. Glenn, I'm gonna take this one off because I'm not sure what you actually mean. Okay. Burnett says, I always imagined Foghorn was from Kentucky.
Yeah, South. I guess I heard. I always imagined Texas.
Oh, Kentucky Fried Chicken, maybe.
Oh, now you're thinking.
Maybe Burnett's smarter than us.
Probably. That probably doesn't take much.
I'm looking forward to seeing Burnett again soon, hopefully at New York Comic Con. That dude has a righteous beard. He does have a righteous beard. I was thinking either Kentucky or from the Deep South. So, all right. So Gatilla is recovered. And then south of the Mason-Dixon line, all sounds the same to Yankees. It's true. That's true. Let's face it. We are not. We think we're cultured, Mike.
We're not cultured.
Some of us are. Not us in particular.
Us.
Maybe Tennessee.
You know, I bet if we only had a magic box where you could look up any information that you needed,
we could call it Google.
Yeah.
Let me just ask you something, Mike. Have you been to Kentucky or Tennessee?
I have been to Tennessee once. Yes.
For?
A wedding. So.
Oh, a wedding.
Yeah.
I've never been to either.
Huh.
They're on the bucket list. I'd really like to see Tennessee. See where they make the list.
Apparently, Kentucky is the bluegrass state, and they actually do have bluegrass.
I'm loving it. Okay, here we go. Next one, Mike. Third one.
Bring your health and tech kits. I don't know what a tech kit is.
Well, read it.
Oh, there we go. Hand sanitizer, mini first aid, battery packs, cables, prescription meds, OTCs.
That's right. Hand sanitizer by the gallon.
Yeah. Now, I'm sure they have that around the convention, though, don't they? In stands and stuff.
They do. But you know, wash your hands as well. I mean, it's just, you know, bring your own mini first aid kit. Like if you're prone to like accidents, what you don't want is an open cut at New York Comic Con.
In case you get a paper cut flipping through all the comics.
Yeah. Stuff happens. Pack a few Band-Aids. It's not going to be heavy. Battery packs and cables.
Yes,
you will see people like hoarding around the few outlets and trying to like suck up a few minutes of electricity. And let's face it, in 10 minutes, you're not going to get enough electricity if you're on 20%. Bring a battery pack. Buy one now, deal with it, and bring a couple extra cables. If you take medications, and we're going to get to this in the rest of the show, like you take a particular medication, you're supposed to take it at lunchtime, dinner time. Don't run the risk of not being able to get out of the convention or missing something that you want to go to because you're like, oh, my important medication's left at home, so I just take it with you. And then also, I need Prevacid and Tylenol wherever I go, and of course, allergy medicine.
Yes, I know.
As you need a lot of allergy medicine. So let's just see what people are saying. Burnett says tasers. I'm worried about Burnett. Not even just one taser. Like he's like, you need a backup taser.
Well, it might go out, get out of charge, and you have to charge it back up. So
that's right. Don't get the con crud. I also bring Listerine. I am obsessed with dental hygiene, so I do bring Listerine as well.
Okay.
My backpack is like 40 pounds when I get in there. It's like 10 when I leave.
And you just take a break and go to the bathroom and do a shot of Listerine.
That's right. Gatilla says, why? Javits is so sanitary, an open wound is not a problem. So it was really nice to know Glenn Gatilla. It'll be shame after the con. We won't get to hear from him anymore. Not a sanitary place, which leads us to the next thing, Mike.
Schedule your meeting locations and times. Look up who's there. Ask if they have time to meet for a one-on-one. Don't be surprised if they don't have time.
That's right. That should have been a period at the end, not a comma, and my OCD just kicked in. I think the thing that you need to I think the thing you need to know is that everybody has a mission. When they go to this, they have things they have to accomplish. If your goal is to meet editors and just hope that by standing and hovering by the table, that's going to happen, it's not going to happen. If you think you want to meet an editor or somebody who is going to be a panelist, and that's totally cool, it's up to you. You can reach out to them on social media. You might be able to find their contact information, direct message, LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever. It's okay to reach out to people and say, hey, I'll be going to your panel. can I just, introduce myself at the end? And then at the end you go, hey, I'd like to introduce myself. You don't try to do more than that, but it would be helpful if you set up time to make an introduction. A good example, Sean Chen will be at my panel. You want to meet Sean and talk about his Kickstarter? Better to contribute to the Kickstarter before you meet him, and then say, hey, you got 10 minutes afterward to look at my stuff. That's
I gave
it.
you the money, Sean. Now you can talk to me.
Well, you're going to ask him to give you his professional opinion on something for free. It's helpful to go, hey, man, I supported your Kickstarter. Lead with generosity. This is not quid pro quo, but let's face it. You and I don't get paid for this. Sean doesn't get paid for what he does. You got to feed the machine, Mike. It's not
lead with generosity should have been number 5.
Lead with generosity. Oh, Burnett calls him Glenn, Civil War surgeon Godzilla. That's right. He was the guy that was going to take the foot off of Kevin Costner in Dances with Wolves, but they fixed it with Purell.
Yes, yeah.
So those are good vibes. Those are good vibes. Okay, Mike, you ready for the next one? Number 5.
Plan for delays. Getting into the city.
Read these fast, Mike.
Getting into the city, parking, getting badges, going through security, waiting for food, waiting for restroom, waiting on lines, badging out, getting your card, getting over the bridge. What's badging out?
You can't leave without badging out. You can't just walk out of the convention.
Really?
No. There's a line to leave, and then they scan your badge so that they know you've left the hall.
And you can't come back in.
No, you can, but then you have to go walk around all the way around the entrance again and re-badge in. The thing that people don't count on is you don't just walk out, you have to badge out. And for us people who have done this many years, it can be a real hassle when you're waiting in line to leave.
Yeah, that's they've never done that at any convention I was at, but I haven't been to a convention in years.
New York's been doing this for a long time, and let's face it, they need to know how many people are in the hall or not. So Catilla says, please, those Civil War guys are nothing more than plagiarists. I go to the source, Greco-Roman medicine. It was really nice to know Glenn. He's going to rub, root of poppy on it. Oh, leeches and bleeds. Yep. Very nice. Very nice. And he got the lull. Okay. Ready. Plan for delays. Go, Mike.
Bring cash, sprinkle it around. This is an economy. Support it. Thank creators who have supported comic book school. Sprinkle money around. Not on the floor, though.
Is this a first day with new lips?
Yeah.
I feel
my tongue is a little swollen.
Okay, listen, here's the key. If you have benefited from somebody who's appeared on this show and then you see them and you're like, hey, it was really great to see you, or they hosted a panel, buy a comic off them. Like, that's why they're here. This is a commercial art form. Also, this is a circular economy. The more money that goes into this economy, the more money that gets spread around. You, as an aspiring creator, part of your responsibility is keep that independent market afloat. So I go and I sprinkle some money around the floor. I usually save about $50 and then buy a few things here and there. Sometimes I'm really impressed by something and will spend more. Many of the creators in Artist Alley and most of the publishers on the floor will take some form of credit card or PayPal. Some people will do Zelle. Doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, Mike, it's really important for you as a creator to seed the economy that you want to be part of. If you're not seeding that economy, who is? Right? It can't just be somebody else's responsibility. If you see something that you like, buy it, because you're probably not going to see it somewhere else.
That's true. Very true. That's a good one. I like that.
It is. It is. So how many are usually in attendance for NYCC? I think it's a little over 100,000. Godzilla says too many. I agree.
Exactly. That's why I don't
wholeheartedly. That's why you don't go. I on the other hand love crowds. You know that. I like crowds. I like chaotic situations. I have no problem with crowds. I love them. All right, here we go. Number 7, Mike, give me some love here.
10 panels that are relevant to your goals. Comic Book School has 2 panels. Come to them. Visit comicbookschool.com. and subscribe to the newsletter. And
That's right.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
So the YouTube channel and the Facebook both have show notes. You will see links to our panels. I'll tell you more about them toward the end of this broadcast. But go to the app, go to the panels. A lot of people will get caught up doing one thing. And remember why you're there. If you're there for the Turtles exhibit, great. I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You want to go stare at the McFarlane statues, right? Because, they won't be in the store soon, right? I don't know. Really, go to panels. I mean, the programming is unparalleled. You're not going to get this information anywhere else. It's rarely written down. You can watch all the shows you want. You can read all the fan journalism you want, but hearing it directly from the people that you're interested in hearing from is really important. And there's some other educational programming other than Comic Book School there. I can't say if they're good, bad, or otherwise, but I would encourage you to make sure that you get your ass in the seat for at least a few panels.
Definitely go to Comic Book School.
That's right. That's right. Gatilla says, I end up burning cash in Artist Alley, and I never regretted it. Now, I think he should spend it and not burn it, Mike. I think it would go further if he just handed it to somebody.
Yeah, he didn't want to sprinkle it. He wanted to burn it.
Yeah, that was a bad dad joke. That didn't even merit like a real laugh.
It was terrible.
It was. Back in 2013, I hit up the legal panels, and it was mostly useful. Yeah, I agree. I've been to those panels as well. You continue to learn, and it's a good way to meet other people. Talk to the person who's sitting next to you. Go, Mike.
Remember your health and hygiene. This one's for you. Take a break, get some air, take a shower, dress for success, be your best self. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Listen, don't forget, if you are either an aspiring, I'm going to be a first-time pro, you've got a few published credits and you want to level up, you're already a working pro. Number one, hygiene is important. I don't lay off the garlic and the onions the night before. Don't get a garlic pizza the day of the show. People, you would be surprised at how good your olfactory sense is when somebody comes to the table and they've been sweating, carrying stuff, and they failed to shower.
Yes,
it is. We used to be at the Wizard panels, and you could feel woozy, and that people were like talking, and they were talking too close, and like you're human. You kind of like tune out what they're saying, and you're like, oh my God, this person smells so bad.
That's one of the reasons I can't stand the conventions, because even you just get that waft of odor just passing people, and you're like, oh, this is not good.
Yeah, take a shower. Like, seriously, people.
And use soap.
If you're used to working from home where you don't need to shower every day, and I include myself in that. On a Zoom call, nobody knows if you showered. But don't think that people don't know that you didn't shower and brush your teeth and do all the stuff. Dress for success. If you're going up and you're presenting yourself as a professional, Mike, you could get away with the bathrobe. There's not a lot of other people who can. Dress for how you want to be perceived. I'm sorry, but people have a visual judgment of who you are based on how you present yourself. Present your best self. This is a business engagement. Can you wear sneakers? Sure. Can you wear jeans? Sure. But I would recommend, at a certain point, get yourself a good-looking shirt. Get yourself some good-looking pants. This is not limited to men or to women. Make sure that you're presenting yourself, because sometimes you are literally interviewing for a job and you may not even realize it.
Yep, that ties right back into number 4. If you're scheduling a good meeting, then you should dress like you want it.
Dress like you mean it.
Yeah,
that's right. All right, Mike, ready for number 9?
Yep. Talk to publishers, pros, retailers, and journalists. Listen and learn. Take notes. Buy from creators and publishers, and plan your follow-ups.
So you're not there to prove how smart you are. I think a lot of people go to the shows to, talk about like, oh, I'm so smart. Look at me. I'm so smart. Look at how wise I am. Let me talk about the industry. Nobody, just stop. Listen and pay attention and try to absorb knowledge. Don't try to show that you're smart, because you may be smart, but you may also be missing the opportunity to listen. Remember what they used to tell you in school? One mouth, two ears. So listen twice as much as you speak.
Oh, I like that. I didn't get told that in school. I was just told.
Well, I got told that a lot. I also got told, don't jump. That's too high.
Stop climbing on the shelves.
You can't pick that off the floor and eat it. All those things. But yeah, I think the key thing is, so listen and learn. Take notes. I cannot stress enough to have a note-taking system. I have switched a couple different note-taking systems. I use OneNote on my phone for detailed notes. You can take a picture of a business card. You can add it to OneNote and save it. You can add some context to it. I have encouraged people on many occasions when they meet me at Creator Connection to snap a selfie with me and them. And they feel weird. They're like, oh, this is weird. I'm like, I'm not going to remember you. If you're like, oh, I was the person with the brown hair, I'll be like, oh, the person with the brown hair. Hold on. What is this? Mike could just claim he's cosplaying as the dude.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Oh, this is a good one about hygiene. What? Not looking forward to sourdough Sunday? This is a person who's definitely attended conventions. Sourdough Sunday. Yeah, people smell like sourdough. Because they're ripening. They're the bacteria, the yeast is building up. The yeast is building up. And Burnett recommended I should stop chewing gum from under the table. Good advice, all. So take notes. Take notes in the context of who you met. If you get a business card from somebody, take a picture of it, because you could lose it.
Yep.
If you write down on the back of the business card, met Sean Chen, met Matt Hawkins. These people will be at my panels. Here's what we talked about. You know what? Go into your OneNote or Gmail and email yourself. Take a picture of the card. Take a selfie with somebody. And then when you reach out to them, send that attachment and go, hey, we shot a photo together. Boom. They'll have some recognition of who you were. Buy from creators and publishers. In the early days, it was a little weird for me. I was like, oh, gosh, I'm trying to be a pro here, but I don't want to buy the books directly from them. You know what? If you're going to pitch the publisher, they want to know that you've read their books, and that if you're just buying the latest thing, they're cool with it. They're going to, they're going to be happy that they sold books, and they might have a better opinion of you than if you don't know what the heck they publish. So if you don't know what they publish, buy some, and maybe next year you'll be following up with them with a pitch, or 6 months from now, you'll be following with a pitch. You know what? Don't try to get it a little cheaper somewhere else. Just buy it right then and there, give them the money, get it signed, and move on. And then plan your follow-ups. I am adamant, as you know, Mike, about follow-up emails, follow-up communications. I believe that the thin line between aspiring pro and a working pro is usually follow-up.
Yes, and do not wait too long for your follow-up.
And don't wait too long for a follow-up. That's right. Look at Phil and his high horse. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Glenn was saying that I should stop chewing gum under the table. Thank you for sticking up for me, Catilla. I appreciate it. Really. It's a total no-no. Oh.
And here I was about stuff.
You say total, I say, 5-second rule.
5 months.
But plan your follow-ups. I started to use Microsoft To Do on my phone. I have an Android phone. It has an active widget on it. And I'm just quickly adding like what I have to do. And it's been amazingly helpful for my ADHD brain. And I recommend that people, make the most of note-taking tools. All right. Number 10, Mike.
Number 10, organize your materials, get your portfolio, website, etc. in order.
So we're doing a panel on, and I'm gonna stop the screen and show you another screen. We're doing a panel on Saturday, and it is about portfolios. Okay. So it's portfolios, workshop and review. And it'll be Saturday, 3:30 to 4:30. We're going to help you to understand how your portfolio should look, how it should be organized, how you present yourself, and then we will pick up to 5 creators who will get a portfolio review. At least one of them will get up on stage with us and open up their portfolio and be live reviewed by the pros. Anthony Marquez, who's worked on Batman, Green Hornet, and is the president of the Joe Kubert School. Me, Darren Sanchez, who is a Marvel editor. Marcella Ferreria, who's worked on Amazing Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Moon Knight. Matt Hawkins, well known from Top Cow, Postal Swing, Aphrodite, and of course Sean Chen, our good friend Sean Chen, who's done many things, including Wolverine, Iron Man, and hundreds of other titles. The key thing that we do find, Mike, that is very concerning is that people's portfolios are not ready. People will say, I drew this standing online. Like, I don't care. Like, that's not impressive to me. I don't have my portfolio. Here it is on my phone. No, I don't want to look at it on your phone. I don't want to pick up your grungy ass phone and wait for you to flip. Hold on. Like, I don't want to see that. Hold on. Let's see. Burnett is saying, have cards printed. Don't be upset if they don't want one, but offer anyway. It's a good point. Like, you can offer a business card. Yep, that's fine.
Have your own card. Yep.
I don't want anything. Honestly, I'm like, don't give me anything because I'm going to lose it. Catilla says, cards, you need cards. Cards are good in certain scenarios, but respect that some people like me, I don't want to load up more stuff in my backpack. I've got a gallon of hand sanitizer in there.
Mouthwash.
Have extra samples of your work and where people can find more too. I happen to agree with this. I think the key thing that when people come, they're going to be flipping through. They're going to say, where else do you have it? You want to be able to go. You can see more of the work here. And then you need to be able to follow up in a week or so and send them a link. And then take critiques on the chin. Yes. They're trying to help, or they wouldn't take the time to give the feedback. So I think the key thing, Mike, that I find that is extremely frustrating is that you will have somebody who has a pretty good portfolio or a very good portfolio, and they shoot themselves in the proverbial foot because it's not organized. It's not ready. You know, you're flipping through your sketch. Some people, they hold up their sketch pad like, you know, they might be doing great work, but what you're saying to me is you didn't organize this in a professional manner. Will you be able to act as a professional on a deadline when I ask you to turn in work on, 11 by 17 boards? Will you be ready for that? You're showing me a 5 by 7, notebook with sketches in it. You got to be ready. Get your portfolio in order. Get your website in order. This goes for writers too. If you're a writer and you're talking to editors and you want to talk about, have your stuff ready. There's nothing wrong with having a printout list of credits. There's nothing wrong with having your books in your hand ready to hand to an editor. There's nothing wrong with having your website ready, right? The worst thing you can be is unprepared.
Yes.
All right.
Are you just gonna pick random people from the audience for their portfolios?
No, I'm going to try to get people to send me their art in advance so that I can pre-vet it. I'm looking for a couple of different things, and I'm not going to talk about exactly what I'm looking for, but think of it like American Idol. Sometimes people could be the best singer in their family. They get up there, and they're just not an American Idol material. Doesn't mean they're not good. They're just not American Idol material, or they need to come back next year. Some people are terrible and they need to hear it. Some people are really good and they need to, be recognized and picked up. So we will be having these people who are editors and publishing, who hand out work. They're going to be reviewing it. But we're also going to be doing one live on stage. We'll have a camera. We'll be projecting it. And then we'll have these little pods of people doing reviews. And we'll also be talking with you about how to organize your own portfolio. What do you need to have in there? And then last but not least, Mike, I got a bonus. I told you it was 10. Here's your bonus.
Oh, boy. Important bonus. Have fun. That is the
it's
best
comics, Mike.
advice.
Yeah, I mean, for gosh sakes, Mike, you can't take this stuff so seriously that you forget to have fun. I mean,
right.
right? Like, just get out there and have a good time, meet some people. Remember, you guys have come together. The odds of finding another person who's devoted all of their time, energy, and study to this deep vertical of, I want to also make comics of this genre. Just think of the statistical odds that you met that person and like be like, oh my God, you're my long lost BFF. Get in there and have some fun. Like, don't forget that this COVID should have woken us all up, right? Yeah. This is the time to be like, you know what? We all have a second chance. Let's make the most of it.
Good advice, bud. All 11 good pieces of advice.
All 11. Okay, what else do we have? We got a couple of quick things before we go. So, Mike, we did a new segment. We asked the audience what you should watch. I forget. I think you were supposed to see Navy SEALs versus Zombies. What was the outcome?
I did see Navy SEALs versus Zombies, and it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. It wasn't even one of those movies that was so bad it was good, like Armageddon or The Core. This was just bad all around. Bad.
Why was it bad? Was it because the guy here, even in the still frame, looks like he was shot with a camcorder?
They didn't have any of the story down well, like how the zombies got turned. The characters were, like especially the general who was in charge of all this was just a super over actor. They had they must have had like a big budget because they had at least one helicopter and they had some car explosions and some pretty good effects when the zombies, but they should have taken off a couple of the car explosions and put it into the script because it was
put into the script. Burnett asked the question of the night, Mike.
Yes, it did. It may have gone a little lower than expectations.
It lived down to expectations. Yeah.
But
all right, Mike. So you liked it. You did watch it, though.
I did watch it, and I'm glad that you asked me to do it, and I would be happy to do another one.
All right, so we will plan another one of these. Was it hard for you? Do you have a Roku? Because I found these on Roku. I wasn't sure if I should get them on Freevee or something.
Nope, I got a Roku.
Subterranean, then. Yeah, I think it was below the ground level of expectations, and that's what you wanted. I mean, when I used to go to things like Chiller Theater, Mike, and I don't know about you, or even the conventions, I actually went and looked forward to watching movies that you couldn't find anywhere else. And I was the guy that haunted what was left in Blockbuster after everybody else had gotten things. And I would watch a movie like that and I would love it.
I wanted to love it. I wanted to be like, this is just stupid and fun, but it just had so many things wrong with it.
We're going to need a rating system, Mike, like how many robes it gets.
Yeah. I can, if we have a little longer segment, I can break down exactly what the problems were. It was just,
I love it. All right. So where are we? So our panels this year, Portfolio Workshop and Review, Saturday, October 14th, 3:30 to 4:30. You'll see on the right-hand side, I will be there. Sean Chen, Marcelo Fieria, Matt Hawkins, Darren Sanchez, and Anthony Marquez. Now, as I noted, I'm going to be putting information on the comicbookschool.com website, details about how you can submit your portfolio if you would like to be reviewed. I'm going to be taking some randomly at the show who, just walk-ups. But I'm also going to give preference to people who pre-register. I'm telling you in advance, do not send me large PDF attachments or images or whatever. What I am looking for is a link to an online portfolio so I can assess where you fit in to the criteria of reviews that I want to be able to give. I'm going to encourage you to continually check the comicbookschool.com website leading up to the convention. Also check the Twitter feed. I'm not typically updating these things that frequently, but if this is something that is important to you, you should definitely check it out. And of course, Creator Connection, where I have met so many wonderful people who helped us to publish the anthologies, both of them, created an online community of friends who have participated in our private Facebook group on Facebook for Comic Book School. This is the Creator Connection. Apparently, somebody said there is a speed networking on Thursday. I don't know who's running that, so I can't say if it's good or bad. But the original and best is on Sunday, 1 to 2.
It's good stuff. I've been to that, and it's pretty impressive. I like it. I like how it's run.
It's a hoot, isn't it?
It's good times.
It's a lot of fun. It is a lot. And, here's the thing. One of the things about it, Mike, is I'm outgoing, and even I won't walk up to somebody and go, hey, I noticed you're carrying an art portfolio. Can I look at your art? Like, that's weird. What I do when we do this is I make it easy for you to get connected. I will say, again, just like any portfolio, it's time to get prepared. As Philip said, have your business cards, organize your portfolio, have photocopies ready. From now, you're getting your fair warning. You need to get yourself ready. Nobody wants to network with you and look at your portfolio on your phone. Ain't nobody wants to do that. Not even Foghorn Leghorn.
I say.
And of course, please be sure to, let's pull it up again. Be sure to support our good friend, Sean Chen. He has a Kickstarter that is called Evermind. I will tell you, my friend, I have supported it myself right here. I'm a backer.
Nice.
And Sean has, let's see, it was at 20,438. Let's hit refresh. See how much money he's made since the beginning of the show. Oh, it didn't move $1. So much for that reveal.
Oh, well.
So, yeah, a lot of wallflower artists out there. Yes, and the Creator Connection is designed to help out those who are less outgoing.
Socially awkward.
It could be socially awkward. It can be even malevolent, Mike. And that's it. Please go on the tubes of you, click like, put a comment, subscribe, and tell somebody else to subscribe. That's what keeps us going. We really appreciate that you join us here every Tuesday. We will see you again next Tuesday. We have some guests coming up. We look forward to seeing you here on YouTube and Facebook. And of course, I hope to see all of you at New York Comic Con. We will see you next Tuesday.